The encounter at Muscle Beach, Bruce Lee vs. The Wall. Venice Beach, California, August 1972. The afternoon sun bathes the golden sand while the sound of the waves mingles with the metallic clink of outdoor weights. The air smells of sea salt, sunscreen, and training sweat. On this legendary beach where muscle is the social currency, where Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Titans of Iron sculpt their bodies under the Californian sky, something extraordinary is about to happen. At the famous Muscle Beach Gym, an open-air area surrounded by parallel bars, hanging rings, and weight benches rusted by the sea breeze, an imposing figure dominates the space. Her name Karen "The Wall" Morrison, 104 kilograms, 229 pounds, of pure muscle distributed over 1.85 meters, 6 feet 1 inch of height. Her arms, larger than the thighs of most men, glisten under the sun as she lifts 45 kilograms, 100 pounds, dumbbells as if they were plastic toys. A state bodybuilding champion and former professional wrestler, she is a woman who dedicated 15 years of her life to proving she could be stronger than any man. Tourists stop to take photographs. Locals nod with respect. Karen isn't just strong, she is an institution on this beach. But then, walking barefoot through the sand, appears a figure who seems out of place among these giants. 63 kilograms, 139 pounds, 1.72 meters, 5 feet 8 inches, tight black pants, and a bare torso showing compact but not voluminous muscular definition. Jet black hair combed back, movements flowing like water. Bruce Lee. Karen sees him and lets out a laugh that cuts through the salty air like a knife. "Is that the famous Bruce Lee?" She shouts loud enough for everyone to hear. "You look like a kid. My 14-year-old nephew has more mass than you." The beach freezes. Conversations stop. Weights are suspended mid-lift. Everyone knows Bruce Lee. Everyone has heard the stories. But looking at those 63 kilograms against Karen's 104 kilograms, doubts invade even the believers. The challenge. Bruce stops 3 meters from Karen. His face shows no anger. There is no tension in his shoulders, only a calm that is more unsettling than any threatening gesture. "Muscle is beautiful," Bruce says in a low but clear voice. "You have dedicated years to building that body. I respect that. But muscle without mind is like a powerful engine in a car without steering." Karen drops the dumbbells with a thud in the sand. She stands at her full height, her broad shoulders blocking the sun behind her, casting a shadow over Bruce like a human skyscraper. "You know what, little Bruce?" Her voice drips with condescension. "All that Oriental philosophy sounds nice in the movies, but here in the real world, in America, size matters. Strength matters. And you," she laughs again, a deep sound reverberating from her diaphragm, "you look like a strong wind would blow you away." A circle of 20 to 30 people forms. Among them are recognizable faces. Joe Weider, the bodybuilding tycoon, watches with arms crossed, 2 Hollywood stuntmen, and a martial arts journalist. It is a clash of philosophies. Volume versus velocity, brute force versus refined technique. "I propose something," Karen says. "A simple challenge. I give you the first move. Try to move me, try to knock me down, try to make me lose my balance. 9 seconds. Only 9. If you can make me take a single step back, I admit publicly that size doesn't matter. But when you fail," she leans forward, "you admit all your philosophy is pure Hollywood smoke." Bruce accepts, but with a condition. "If I win, you train with me for a week. You learn what true efficiency means." "Deal," she spits. "Prepare to be humbled, little dragon." The 9-second countdown. Karen plants her feet wide, lowering her center of gravity. She is a fortress. Joe Weider holds the stopwatch. 9 seconds, he announces. "Start now." Second 1. Bruce doesn't rush. He walks forward with elegance. He stops inches from Karen, studying her like an engineer studying a machine. Second 2. Bruce raises his right hand slowly. He reaches for Karen's shoulder. She prepares to grab his wrist, ready to use her superior strength to crush him. Second 3. At the last moment, Bruce's hand changes direction. His fingers lightly brush the side of Karen's neck. It's softer than a feather, but the neurological confusion makes her hesitate. Second 4. Bruce's left hand materializes under Karen's right arm, the armpit, a vulnerable spot where muscle cannot create armor. Second 5. Bruce applies pressure upward and toward her center. It's pure physics, leverage and angles. Karen's balance wobbles for the first time. Second 6. Karen tries to use her strength, pushing down with 150 kilograms of force, but Bruce is no longer there. He has slipped to her side. She is a cannon pointing in the wrong direction. Second 7. Bruce places a hand on her left hip. This slight lateral pressure breaks her alignment. Her 104 kilograms, once an asset, is now too much mass to adjust quickly. Her knee buckles. Second 8. Real panic sets in. Karen tries to turn, but Bruce is like water. Every time she tries to grab him, he slides away. Second 9. With intuitive precision, Bruce applies pressure to 3 points simultaneously: the neck, the hip, and a light tap to the inside of her ankle. Gravity does the rest. The aftermath. Karen falls to her knees. Not with violence, but like a statue collapsing in slow motion. The wall has crumbled. "Time!" shouts Weeder. Exactly 9 seconds. The silence is sepulchral. Karen looks up, the arrogance replaced by total incomprehension. "Please," she whispers, her voice trembling. Teach me how you did that." Bruce extends his hand. As he helps her up with minimal effort, both know the world looks different now. The crowd swells to 50 people as news spreads like wildfire. Bruce Lee just put the strongest woman on the beach to her knees. The lesson of 9 seconds. Bruce Lee and Karen Morrison. To take down Karen Morrison without hitting her, without hurting her, without real violence. Only absolute control. Karen shakes the sand off her knees. Her face is red, but not from shame. It's from fascination. Her eyes do not leave Bruce, studying him as if he were a mathematical theorem she needs to solve. "I don't understand," she finally says, her voice still trembling. "I have 40 kilograms more muscle than you. I can lift double what you lift. My bench press is 150 kilograms. Yours is probably 80. How?" Bruce raises a finger, asking for silence. He walks in a small circle, gathering his thoughts, deciding how to explain something that is intuitive to him, but needs to be translated into words. "Karen," he begins, his voice pedagogical yet kind, "let me ask you a question. If I give you a 3-meter lever and a fulcrum, how much weight can you lift?" Karen frowns. "It depends on the..." Her expression shifts. "The angle? Where I place the fulcrum?" "Exactly," Bruce smiles. Archimedes said, "Give me a place to stand and I will move the world." He didn't need to be strong. He needed to understand physics. Your body is an incredible machine, but it is just that, a machine. And all machines have weak points, no matter how strong you build the components. He walks toward her, pointing to different parts of her body as he speaks. "Your knees support all that wonderful weight you've built, 104 kilograms of muscle, but knees have a limited range of stability. If I apply pressure from the right angle, not backward where you are strong, but laterally where your bone structure cannot efficiently compensate, they buckle. Not because you are weak, but because of geometry." Karen nods slowly, her analytical athlete's mind beginning to process. "Your balance," Bruce continues, "depends on keeping your center of gravity over your base of support. The heavier you are, the more stable you are. But it also means that when that center shifts, you require more energy to correct it. It's like pushing a small car versus a truck. The truck seems more stable, but if it starts to slide on ice, it's harder to control." He moves to her side. "When I touched your neck, it wasn't to hurt you. It was to send a contradictory signal to your nervous system. Your primitive brain, the brainstem, interpreted that touch near the carotid arteries as a potential threat. You sent neurological resources there. Tension, attention. And while your brain was distracted," Bruce lightly touches her armpit. "This is where your arm control begins. Not in the bicep, not in the shoulder. Here where the muscle connects to the torso. If I press here at the right angle, I interrupt the kinetic chain. Your arm, however strong, loses efficiency because the signal from your torso is interrupted." Karen is completely absorbed. Her initial humiliation has been replaced by pure scientific curiosity. But the most important part, Bruce steps back, opening his arms, is not the technique, it's the timing. It's reading your intention before your body moves. When you decided to push me at the 6-second mark, I saw the decision in your eyes half a second before your muscles acted. That half second is an eternity. It gave me time to not be there when you pushed. Like water, Karen whispers, remembering his earlier comment. Like water, Bruce confirms. Water does not fight the rock. It erodes it. It takes time, but eventually even the largest mountain wears down. Not because water is strong, but because it is patient, because it is adaptable. He stops in front of her, looking her directly in the eyes. You have built a beautiful machine, he says, gesturing to her physique. But a machine without an expert operator is just metal. You spent 15 years building the most powerful car. Now let me teach you how to drive it. Karen takes a deep breath. Tears threaten to appear in her eyes. Not from sadness, but from something deeper, relief. Because throughout her adult life, she pursued strength to prove something, to show that as a woman she could be as strong as men, to compensate for years of being seen as weak. But Bruce just showed her that there is another way, that strength without wisdom is like shouting with nothing to say. There is something else you must understand, Bruce says, his tone becoming more serious. In this country in 1972, when people look at me, they see an Asian, a Chinese man. In their minds, fed by decades of Hollywood movies, that means someone who does laundry, who cooks rice, who speaks with a funny accent. Someone small, weak, exotic, but harmless. The crowd grows even quieter. This topic isn't discussed openly at Muscle Beach. When you looked at me and said I look like a boy. Bruce doesn't sound angry, just tired. You were repeating something I've been told 1,000 times. By Hollywood producers, casting directors, even other martial artists. Bruce, you're good, but you don't look like an American hero. You're too small, too different. Karen lowers her gaze, genuinely ashamed now. But here is the truth, Bruce continues, his voice strengthening. The world is going to judge you by your size, your gender, your race, by 1,000 things you cannot control. You can spend your life getting angry about it, or you can do what I did. Become so undeniably excellent that they cannot ignore you. He pauses, letting the words settle. You did that with muscle. You built a body that demands respect. That is admirable. But today you learn there are levels beyond the physical, efficiency, technique, applied intelligence. And those things have no weight, no gender, no race. He turns to face the entire crowd. When that man over there, he points to a particularly muscular spectator, looks at me and thinks I'm weak, it's not his fault. Hollywood taught him that. Society taught him that. But when I show him he was wrong, I don't humiliate him. I give him permission to rethink everything he assumed. I give him the freedom to see beyond appearances. Karen discreetly wipes a tear from her cheek. This is no longer about her. It's about something much bigger. Your strength is real. Bruce turns back to her. Your dedication is real. But imagine if you combine that strength with efficiency. If every kilo of muscle you have operated with maximum precision, it wouldn't be 104 kilograms of power. It would be a 104 kilogram smart weapon. He extends his hand again. Accept the deal. Train with me for a week. Not to make you smaller, but to make you more complete. Karen takes his hand without hesitation, but instead of letting go, she pulls Bruce into an awkward but sincere hug. The crowd applauds. Some cheer. Joe Weider takes out his camera and captures the moment. When they pull apart, Karen has a genuine smile. You know what's the craziest part? She says, laughing through tears. You didn't even hurt me. Not a bruise, not a pulled muscle. You just controlled me completely like I was a child. Bruce smiles, that enigmatic smile that would become iconic in cinema. That is the difference between fighting and mastery. Fighting requires hurting. Mastery requires understanding. The aftermath. The 7 days that followed became legendary at Venice Beach. Every morning at dawn, Bruce taught her that all combat is just sophisticated walking. He taught her Chisaw, sticky hands, to feel intention rather than react to force. By the 6th day, Karen realized she had built a prison of muscle to protect herself from a world that called her weak. Bruce showed her that the muscle wasn't the problem. The belief that it was her only armor was. The legacy. Karen Morrison became a vocal advocate for Bruce's philosophy in the bodybuilding world. She integrated his teachings into her own gym, using the motto, "Beautiful muscles, more beautiful mind." The story of those 9 seconds on the beach spread far and wide. It taught a radical lesson for the 1970s. That excellence transcends appearance, that true strength doesn't shout, it whispers. and that the greatest victory isn't when your opponent loses, but when your opponent learns.